Alright, Shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashma Kakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, fellow Akim, pushing out this word in true sincerity. And I want to do this quick lesson, and I want to speak about some information that I got. Basically, I was listening to the Apostle Rakaz video, and he was, he kept mentioning about, sex trafficking and how, a lot of women are getting kidnapped. And that proves how this is a wicked society. So I tuned into his live show and I heard him speak about that. And maybe a couple hours right after that, I get a text on my phone from my sister. And this was a group message to me, and basically like a group family chat. And let me just read the message, because hey man, these things are real. All right, and this is a message that I got from my sister. It says, attention, be aware of girls. So this was a actual message from my sister on the group thread. Okay, it says, attention, be aware of girls coming up to you, inviting you to Bible study. They are part of a human sex trafficking organization. This happened to me the other day. A normal black girl came up to me in Target and invited me to a Bible study, and it seemed like she was following the way she approached me. It says, I went along with it and gave her my number, and she started texting me. I wasn't going to go because I don't go to church, but this is the spam they are using to get girls to schedule secluded areas, to get kidnapped. So hide your kids and hide your wives. So what the apostle was saying was directly true, and we always speak about that. How you have those of our people, and Esau in general, he's the main human trafficker, sex trafficker. But you see how it said it was a black, like a normal black girl. So the black woman is in on it. Doing what? Okay, being a bait and switch. All right, to get more Israelite women, okay, more women into that organization, and she probably was sex trafficked. And so that proves that this is a wicked society, and that's more judgment on you women, man. Okay, that's judgment on you women. A lot of women are getting kidnapped. I saw an article. It was like maybe it was a Facebook post, and it basically said, it was this girl, this black woman. She put up a picture of her sister and said her sister was kidnapped, and she went missing. So these things are happening. You have a lot of Israelite women that come up missing. All right, because this society is totally out of order, and you Jakes are totally out of order. Number one, a woman should be kept inside. Your woman shouldn't be gathered abroad. So you're gonna start seeing that more. A lot more women are going to get kidnapped because they have no idea what the hell is going on. They believe that Esau is going to protect them, when a lot of times Esau is behind these things, okay, with these different ghost organizations. And then next thing you know, you're in a different country. You're in the Middle East. A lot of women get trafficked to Dubai, all right, Asia, and what happens? You never see your family again. Okay, you're plastered all around the city, okay, on the internet, seeing if you found my daughter, or you found my sister. And you're in a different country, or you're somewhere in a damn dungeon, man. Okay, that's judgment. But that goes to show you how this society is turning for the worse. It is already bad, but it's turning for the worse. You're seeing a lot more crimes. And the elder apostle, he brought out that scripture in Matthew, because the love of many shall wax cold, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. To actually take another woman from your nation and sell her. All right, that goes to show you that you have a lot of wicked amongst our people. But let me bring out this scripture, because as we've been telling you women, especially you Israelite women that bought onto feminism, all right, there's a price to pay for that. If you thinking that you're independent, there's a price to pay. Because when a man snatches you up, you are powerless. Okay, that little self-defense boxing classes you took, or that Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes you took, that's not going to help you when they bash you upside your head and throw you in a van. This is Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Yeah, you wicked women that scoff and scorn on the videos, and you talk stuff about the men of the Lord. Well, how you know the Lord won't have some men come snatch your ass up and throw you in a van, and now you're forced into sex slavery? You never thought about that. And that is actually what's happening. Okay, my sister just texted me and said that's what they're doing. Okay, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. It says many days and years shall ye be troubled. So we're in the beginning of what? Trouble. And it's primarily focusing in on Jacob's trouble, because who do you see walking down the street the majority of the time, late night? You see the Israelite woman or packs of young Israelite girls, maybe 10, 11, 12 years old. A man can come and overpower you and just take you. And there's been many women that's been kidnapped. Okay, watch the ID channel. The different forensic files. The majority of the time is judgment on women because they're careless. That's what the scripture is saying. It talks about you careless women. You believe that nothing can happen to you. It says, "Tremble, ye women that are at ease." So you should be trembling. Seeing things like this actually happen, you should not be in a proud spirit. You should be in a trembling spirit. Okay, you don't know if you walk outside your door, somebody's following you, and that's what, before they even propose these different deals or snatch you up, they're already following you. They know where you live. They know your movements, your whereabouts. You glued to your phone. How many times you see women walking across the street, and they're literally walking across the street in an intersection, and they're looking at their phone. They don't even look up. Well, there was I seen a clip where a woman was walking on her phone, and she fell in a sinkhole, man. She fell in an open sewer cap, not paying attention. So that's how careless these women are. That's how careless Babylon has taught you women to be. Okay, I'm primarily talking about the Israelite woman, which the other nations, they suffer these things too. Okay, but not on a level as our women do. And then you have what you would think that are the other nations. They're actually Israelite that look like the other women, so they get trafficked. Okay, because a woman is supposed to be under the protection of a man, but since this is a society where it teaches that a woman is strong and powerful, okay, and that she's equal with a man, things like this happen. And Esau's not gonna really let you know about it, but it's gonna come to a point to where you women you're gonna be trembling. Okay, when you're gonna see packs of men, when society breaks down, packs of men snatching women up. It says, "Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine." Yeah, you're gonna lament for the good old days, the days that you had a liberty. You were on social media, the days that you can go and talk shit, the days that you had the power to be over a man. Okay, you had that superiority over a man. Okay, you were in that power position. Well, it's gonna come a point where all those things, they're gonna be taken away from you. And the man that you love, he's gonna get put to death, and they're gonna take you. So you women, man, a lot of judgment. Let me bring Ezekiel. A lot of judgment is increasing on you women, because you women are wicked. And here it is. The Lord is telling you to get your act in order to obey your husband. But since you want to be disobedient, okay, you can easily get snatched up. Now, my sister easily could have got snatched up. Okay, literally could have got snatched up. Okay, who knows where she would be at right now? Right, so those judgments are all around America. Okay, well, before I bring that out, let me bring out this in Revelation 18, because it talks about the merchandise of America, and one of those merchandise of America was souls of men and slaves. Let me bring that out. Give me a second. Revelation 18:10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Yeah, the elect, they're gonna be praising the Lord for the judgment upon Babylon. It can't come any quicker. But we know that things are going to get worse. All right, and it's going to be especially upon you women, because women outnumber men. Okay. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. And that's how these other nations, okay, like China, Japan, the Middle East, all these nations, how did they get rich? By the merchandise of Babylon. And a lot of those merchandises were what? Women, slaves, sex slaves. The underground sex market is a multi-billion-dollar market. Who do you think is ahead of that? It's a so-called Jew. So Esau's orchestrating all these things. He allows these things to happen. It says the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all vessels of ivory, and a manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, of a marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointment, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. So that's part of the merchandise that made all these different nations rich, as well as the so-called white man, starting with the so-called Jew, Amalek. Okay, and trickle down to our the wicked of our people. Because the wicked of our people, they're doing the groundwork. They literally, you got so-called black and Hispanics that participate in those activities. You got the coyotes over there in South and Central America that bring up the Latin tribes. What do you think they do with those Latin tribe women? Those Latin tribe women are in a sex slave. They ain't got no ID. They don't have no social security card. All right. There's no way of tracing them women. They come up here for a better life. The majority of them, they don't make it to that better life. Okay. They suffer nothing but hardship. Okay. They suffer nothing but hell. And what is that called? That's called judgment. That's called judgment upon the wicked. So a lot of you women, you're going to be judged during that day. Well, it says, "Tremble, ye women that are at ease." And who's the most? What nation of women are the most at ease of all the nations? Okay, or I should say, what country? United States of America. You women are totally at ease. You don't think that anything can happen to you, and no circumstance can you get snatched up. It's impossible. That's impossible. That doesn't happen. That happens in third world countries. Well, America is fastly turning into a third world country. Okay, you can see America turn into a third world country. Well, I'm here in San Francisco, where you literally have shit on the ground. It's actually worse than a third world country. Okay, it's everything smells like urine. You have massive homelessness. So you're starting to see that these things are actually are happening. Let me bring out this scripture. Yeah, a lot of judgment is going to fall upon you wicked women. And this is just one example. And when I was tuning into the live show, which I caught it, I didn't catch it in the beginning, but he kept talking about that, you know, those sex trafficking, you know, women getting thrown in the vans, and it was all the spirit too. Because a couple hours later, I got that text. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to do a video, and that's crazy. Now I try to look at certain articles online, and there's some few things that came. I'm not gonna read them. Back in like 2018, them saying that you know, that was basically like a scam to try to get women with the Bible study. And then you have certain articles that try to debunk that, like, nah, that's not what's happening. But through the spirit now, we know that those things are true. Okay, this is Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the other he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite, and let not your eyes spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids. I'm sorry. It says slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So it says old and young, so it can be a young girl. It says maids. A maid is like a young girl, basically, like, you know, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. So how are you women going to be saved? Well, we're going to bring that scripture out. Let me finish this. Because it didn't say woman here, but you are going to have a protection. The women will have protection, but it's going to be through the elect man. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Basically, I brought the scripture out to show you that a lot of judgment is going to befall you women, and we're already seeing it. Okay, we're seeing all these different. It's so many scams going on. I went through identity theft. I had to go through the court system. It got thrown out, but still the same. I had to deal with that BS. You know, somebody try to use my identity and try to get me caught up. So you have all these scam calls from India, from Nigeria, you know, that want your information, that want your social security number, that want you to pay money. Okay, then people want to take your money out your bank account. Then they want to just outright take you women, man. And what are they going to do with you women? You are a commodity, because if they could take you, they can sell you. Okay? You can sell a woman. They can ship you overseas. Man, it's all type of wickedness going on, man, in the underground. That's why the Lord's going to destroy this place. It's all type of sex trafficking, all type of you know, blood sacrifices. You know, all these women that come up missing on those milk cartons. Where do you think those women are at, man? After they're used and abused, they're put to death. Okay, they're sacrificed. Let me bring this out. So if you women, you know, you women that don't find the favor of Yahweh Basham Shah by being humble, and the Lord giving you a man of the Lord, okay, you can be a victim of that. Okay, just watch all these post-apocalyptic movies and see what capacity a woman is in. Okay, she's fearing for her life. Watch the series on Netflix, about 4 or 5 episodes. It's called Black Summer. Okay, and see how what those women were doing. Okay, they were offering their body up for protection of a man. They said that they would do anything. Okay. 1 Timothy 2 and 10. Oh, let me start up. 1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety. Yeah, a lot of times these women, they're walking with clothes apparel that a whore would put on, short skirts, cleavage showing, all these different colorful hairdos, a different type of makeup and jewelry, and they're proud, right? But the Lord said, a woman in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. Yeah, you should be covered up, but that's looked down upon in this society. You want to look cute. Well, you know what? That cuteness can get your ass snatched up, and it is getting you snatched up with shamefacedness and sobriety. A lot of you women get sexually abused because you're drunk. Girls night out, and then you want to take an Uber home, and then that Uber or Lyft driver, he's doing what? He's sexually abusing you. Not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, and you women are all about costly array. But which becometh women professing godliness with good works. What is a good work? Well, you serving your husband, and it's going to tell you more. Look, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. That's a good work. A woman learning in silence. You shouldn't have anything to say. We have to follow the proper protocols when coming to serve the Lord. But now the woman, she could do whatever the hell she want to do. We have to come up under the order of Yahushai, the order of the body. There's certain things that we have to do to be accepted by Yahweh Shema Shai. But the woman, she's exempt from that. See, that's what America has taught you. But when you go into these other countries, a woman, these women are out of order because that philosophy of Babylon is everywhere. Yet you go to these different places where Esau don't really have a grip like that. You go out to these rural areas. Them women, man, you gotta watch that movie. Damn, what is that movie? It's a Vietnam conflict movie. Platoon. I believe it's called Platoon. And you see when the Americans came in them villages, deep in the bush, what were they doing with those women? Those women were screaming for their lives. They were getting raped. They were getting taken. They had no power. Okay. Only protection a woman had was the protection of a man, because a woman was not built to be a protector of a household. They were there to protect the children, yet the man is supposed to be there to protect the whole household. The woman was there to protect the children in the form of nurturing the children, right? That was her job. See, you women are totally out of order, and this is what you're seeing. You're seeing massive sex trafficking happen. Okay? But we're the bad guy. Here it is. It's nothing but sex trafficking and women getting put into sex slavery, but the Israelites, we're the worst people on the planet Earth. You see, you people got your priorities all mixed up, and all these things are going to happen, but none of these things are going to befall the elect. So you're gonna know in that day. You're gonna know in that day that what we were speaking was the truth. Well, Paul he wrote it. Let me bring it out. He wrote it. He said, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" Let me bring it out. Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And that's how we became enemies to the nation of Israel, 2/3, because we're actually telling you the truth. We're telling you who the real enemy is. We're telling you that your woman needs to be in order. She needs to be in order. She needs to be not around Gad and the bride, wearing provocative clothing, being a whore. Oh, you look down upon us. You curse us out, like you cursed T.I. out for checking if his daughter was still a virgin. You the whole so-called black community went crazy on him because you glorify death, basically. Okay, you glorify this Edomite way of living. See, this Edomite way of living has destroyed you. and you don't even know it, and it's destroying you as we speak. Like I said, man, when I read that, I was like, damn. I was like, man, damn, my sister could have just got snatched up, just like that. And that would even came to our mind. We wouldn't even know what would happen. Okay, we would have had no clue what would have happened. She would have been gone forever. There's no possible way. Well, there's a big story on about the police caught they got back a kidnapped 8-year-older that was kidnapped. They found her. They raided a hotel room. How many do they find, of these children being kidnapped and sold into, a lot of times it's women being sold into sex slavery, and little boys too, and little boys. Okay, Esau, this world is sick. This is a sick world. This is a scary world. And if you do not have that protection of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, you're gonna be out there in the elements, right? You're not gonna have that. When you go out, say you go out to camping in a cold place, what do? You bring cold weather gear, so you will be able to withstand the cold. Or if you go out there with a regular t-shirt, you're gonna be in the elements. You're gonna die. So this troop is like that protection, that cold weather gear when things get tough. Okay, the Lord, He's protecting His men. Let me bring out another scripture. He's protecting us from all these things. Okay, and He's going to protect you women that are in order. None of these things are going to befall you women, but if you women that are wicked and out of order, these things are going to befall you. And you have certain women that listen to the videos. Nothing wrong with that. But there's a certain way of going about things, just as there's a certain way of us going about things. Okay, well, you know what? Let me bring this before I bring that out. Bring the scripture out. Where is that at? Let me pull it up. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and let's see if I can start up. Yep, 14 and 32. No, 14 and 33. For the Most High is not the author. Well, it's going into the woman, right? It says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your woman keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. So if you don't want to be under obedience, what is that likened unto? Okay, rebellion is likened unto witchcraft. So the Lord, He's going to give you up. He's going to give you women up, as well as you men that are out of order also. This lesson is mainly focusing on the woman, just because, there a lot of great miseries are going to befall this world, and a lot of these judgments are going to be done to you women. Well, it just makes sense. There's more women than men. Okay, that's the demographic. I'm gonna jump down. Verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. So there's an order in everything, and the Lord already set the order up of the household. Now, if you women choose to reject that order, well, the Lord he can have you get snatched up, and that's just one of the judgments. Okay, you got a lot of, man. It's so much wickedness is increasing. Okay, this is my personal observation. I'm seeing a lot more security guards, different stores and different buildings, and because of the crimes that are happening. So they need somebody that looks like a authoritative figure there to ward off crime. But it's going to come a point to where these people are not going to even respect the government. It tells you that in second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Okay, let me go back to 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. See? But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to absorb authority over the man, but to be in silence. So you women have to be in silence. Bottom line. For Adam was first formed, and the Most High, he loves that. Okay? He actually loves that, you being in silence. Okay, when it comes to this word, okay, when it comes to your man. You could talk, there's plenty of time of the day for you. When it comes to this truth, man, you have to keep silence. Okay? It says let the woman let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. You should be all ears. Because we're telling you, where's all the women telling you about sex trafficking, bringing all the scriptures out? Where are they at? Where all the prophecies at? Telling you that Jacob's trouble is coming. Where's all the camp at where all the women are at? Okay? Where's all the women catching tribulation? Okay? To bring this word out. That's not happening. So you have to listen. Alright, because you're not set up in a teacher capacity. Now, if I was a student and there was a teacher teaching me, I'm going to keep my mouth closed. I don't know more than that teacher. Okay, I'm there to study that particular subject. Okay, you have my boxing coach. If my boxing coach, I'm not going to be running my damn mouth, man. I'm going to be listening to what he has to say, and I'm going to do everything that he says. But as soon as I feel proud, like, nah, I don't want to do it like that, I get knocked out. Or you get knocked out, and that happens. Okay, when there's conflict between an athlete and a coach, you have to listen to your coach, your teacher. We're coaching you through this thing. Okay. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to absorb authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Yeah, Adam was first formed, then Eve. That's the order. Okay, the man, then a woman. And if you think out. If that thought comes to your head that order is off, that's a demon. You got to rebuke that demon, which, I'm gonna just keep going. It's spirits. You got to stay in order, and just like those spirits come to us for us to get out of order, right? But we know the woman, she's not on the level to be able to handle those spirits. That's why you got to let the man do it. Okay. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Yeah, the woman, she's susceptible to spirits. Okay. So the most High don't require you to teach. This how you're going to be saved. You women. Okay. You proud women. You proud women ain't going to make it. Okay. You women, this how you're going to be saved. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. There you go. If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So you got to continue in all these things too. Okay, you got to stay faithful to your husband and not be a damn demon, because you know what can happen. Just like when my sister texted me earlier about sex trafficking, and I'm gonna put the text in the description box. So, like the scripture saying, Isaiah 32:9, tremble ye women that are at ease. Okay, a lot of bad things are gonna come to this earth. And a lot of judgment is going to befall you women. So if you don't have protection of the Heavenly Father, you know what? I was going to bring out one more scripture. I forgot. Now it hit me again. If you don't have that protection from the Yahweh Shema Shai through a man, then you're going to be victim to certain things like this. And much greater. Psalms 91:1, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that falleth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes thou shalt behold and see the reward of the wicked. And a lot of you women, you're going to be part of that, the reward of the wicked. Well, it tells you that in Micah that is my enemy, shame shall cover her. That she shall see it, and shame shall cover her. So if you're not under a man that's under the shadow of Yahweh Shemashai, then no telling what can happen to you. If you don't have a man, you better pray the Lord give you a man of the Lord. And when you have a man of the Lord, you better treat him right. you better cherish that man, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So the Lord's going to protect that man and his whole household. Okay? For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. That was basically it. The Lord, he's going to protect his elect. And you have women that's part of the elect. Okay, and how are they part of the elect? Well, they're part of the elect through the elect men. That's the order of things. Okay. So I just wanted to speak about that, and just bring that to light. I thought it was important to bring out. The Spirit hit me. So Lord's want to put the text in the post-production, and just there's going to be a lot more judgment befall these women, and the judgment that befall these women are because they're wicked. Okay, so stay in order, just as we have to stay in order. Until next time, shalom to the elect.